The average risky player only has about 4 hours a day to play, and we will help you determine what to kill on main or iron with a simple 1 out of 5 scale. Welcome to PVM Check. What is up, everybody? Thank you for coming back to another episode on the channel. So I am super excited for this boss. We are at Krill or God Wars Zamorak. I have not been here since the release of the Scobo and Lightbearer, but first things first, let's get geared up. Now, a couple things before we start. First things first, I am on the Iron Zerker, so that's why my gear might look a little bit weird. Second thing is God Wars bosses, you do not get GP from the normal drops. You only get GP from the uniques. So if we do not get a unique, we are not getting GP. So we may have to factor that in later. We should get a drop because 1 in 51, and we should get around 20 to 25 kills per hour if I'm guessing correctly. But we'll see what happens. All right, I think we're all set up and ready to go. Now, I did get the first set of 35 KC before the timer. Now, the reason why I did that is because you can get the KC and log out if you have to, you know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this party started. I went ahead and sped this up. Now, I did practice this quite a bit before I started, just to make sure I understood how this works. So you spec and you basically run away. That's all you do. There isn't really any mechanics for this. But I would like to mention, when you run in, don't go left like I did on my first kill. Go right, because right is actually, you can spec before he smacks you so you don't take an extra hit. Oops, I accidentally missed the first hour. Sorry about that, guys. I think I was banking and getting KC when the first hour clicked over, so sorry about that. Now, one thing I would like to mention though is normally you would do this boss on task, so you would have a greater damage task while you do this boss to get a little bit extra damage. I will not be doing anything in this series on task unless it is a Slayer boss. The reason why is because I want you guys to be able to replicate this very easily without a task if you need to. Oh god, I'm getting absolutely destroyed and my bow's not hitting. Yeah, this happens every once in a while. You know, RNG sometimes is not on your side. Oh god. Now, during a horrendous kill like that, just relax, keep yourself alive, because dying will waste more time. And when you go kill the minions, make sure you do prayer flicking, because it does help the damage reduction significantly, and you can get all that HP back that you just lost. Dang it, I'm gonna have to tell you, but we still got a 7-kill trip even after that bad kill. We are about to hit the 2-hour mark. Now, I'm not picking up every single item he drops because sometimes our inventory is just full, so I can't pick everything up. But like I said in the beginning, the kills per hour is what matters here, because more chances at a unique drop. We just passed the 3-hour mark. Now, we haven't gotten a unique. We should have gotten a unique by now because, like I said, it's 1 in 51 if you don't include the God Wars shards. Now, I'm at a total 140 KC in total at this boss, and I haven't even seen a unique from here. Not even a God Sword shard. So, yeah, we're pretty dry here. Here we go, final trip. We do not have time for another trip after this, so hopefully we get an item. If not, well, this is going to be very disappointing. Not the best final trip, but we don't have enough time to come back in KC to get more kills, which kind of sucks, but it's all good. We got 91 KC in total, so let's go get to the price check. All right, here is everything we got from Krill, or at least everything that we picked up. Let's go ahead and check it. 1.168 mil. If we had a unique, it would be a lot better, but as it stands, this is not very good, especially after we factor in supplies. Speaking of supplies, let's get to the breakdown. Let's quickly explain how we get the GP per hour of an item we did not get. So, Staff of the Dead is a 1 in 508 drop rate. We got 23 KC per hour, so we take that 23 and we divide it by 508, which gives us 0.045 of an item, and we multiply that by the price of the item, which is 9,292,000, which gives us 418,000 GP per hour. Now that we got that out of the way, we use 40 anglers at 1800 GP, which is 72,000 GP. We use 64 restores at 11,000 GP, which is 704,000. 13 range pods at 4,500 GP, which is 58,500. 40 Cerebrews at 8,900 GP, which is 356,000. Now this brings the total supplies to 1,190,500 GP. And after you factor in going on rate for items and everything like that, it comes out to 1.6 million GP per hour. Now let's get to the ranking. Now, of course, Krill is a high level boss, so we can't put it in the same category as a mid level boss. For a high level boss, I would expect 2.5 million GP per hour. This boss with drops, if you got him on rate, is 1.6 million GP per hour. Without drops, it's like 150k GP per hour, so we're not even going to factor that in. But the 1.6 million GP per hour falls quite short of what I was expecting. Now, due to the boss being pretty easy to kill with Scobo and Lightbearer, and he gets 1.6 million GP per hour if you get a drop. I'm going to go ahead and give it 1.5. I don't feel comfortable giving it 2 because it's not at 2 mil. After thinking about the Iron Man side for a little bit, we do have a couple of uniques from him. So we got the Steam Battle Staff, which isn't super useful. We got the Zamorak and Spear, which can turn into a Hosta, used into TOA till you get a Black Partisan, and then it can turn into a Dragon Hunter Lance, which is pretty nice for chambers and all the dragon mobs all over the place. Staff of the Dead isn't super useful, so we're not even going to factor that into the score. Zamorak Hilt has a niche use inside of Chamber of Xerix where you can stun Mutadiles instead of being on Ancients, which is pretty decent. There might be a couple other places that it can be useful, but since I don't have one on my irons, I can't really go into detail where else it could be useful. And since it does have at least 2 items that are niche useful, or at least niche useful and then useful, we're going to go ahead and give it a 2 for the Iron Man. And as always, if you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments section below. But guys, I'm a little bit disappointed with this boss. You know, I'm hoping the next boss we have actually adds a little bit of GP to it. So if you guys have a boss you guys want me to do, make sure you guys leave it in the comments. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Another thing is we did go through a rebrand this week. So I am now Sir Misclick RS over the RL Slayer. I was having a lot of issues with my name. That's why we rebranded. But yeah, thank you all for coming, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.